Have a pleasant season for everyone. Now here is my point about how good life really is. And there is some questions about the good life. What keeps us healthy and happy as we go through life? If you are going to invest now in your future best self, where would you put your time and your energy? I have something to share to you, my dear friend, about my new learnings about good life. According to the novel model, the quest for happiness, contentment, and the experience of a good life is at the heart of human nature. According to the study of Robert Waldinger, there was a recent survey of millennials asking them what their most important life in goals were. Over 80% said that a major life goal for them was to get rich, and other 50% of these same young adults say that another major life goal was to become famous. And then his survey, he learned three big lessons about relationships that connected to have a good life. The first is that social connections are really good for us, and the loneliness can kill us. It, it turns out that people who are more socially connected to family, to friends, to community are happier. They are physically healthier, and they live longer than people who are less well connected. And the experience of loneliness turns out to be toxic. People who are more isolated than they want to be from others find that they are less happy. Their health declines earlier in midlife. Their brain functioning declines sooner, and they live shorter lives than people who are not lonely. The second big lesson is that it's not just the number of friends you have, and it's not whether or not you're in a committed relationship, but it's the quality of your close relationship for that matters. And it turns out that living in the midst of conflict is reality bad for our health, and living in the midst of good, warm relationships is protective. And the third one big lessons is big lesson about relationship. Our health is that good relationships don't just protect our bodies, they protect our brains. It turns out that being in a securely attached relationship to our another person is protective. That the people who are in relationships where they really feel they can count on the other person in times of need, those people that the memories stay sharper longer, and the people in relationships where they feel they really can't count on the another one, those are the people who experience earlier memory decline. And those good relationships, they don't have to be smooth all the time. Close relationships are good for our sorry, health and well-being. And this is wisdom that's as old as the hills. The people who feared the best were the people who leaned into the relationships with family, with friends, with a community. And well, the possibilities are practically endless. It might be something as simple as replacing screen time with people time or leveling up a state of relationship by doing something new together. Long walks or date nights or reaching out to that family member who are you haven't spoken to in years because those all too common family feuds or neighbors take a terrible things on the people who hold the grudges or the problems. And also, according to the Collins English Dictionary, good life is that they are living in comfort and luxury with few problems or worries. I'd like to close with a quote from Mark Twain. There's so many researchers use these quotes that state more than a century ago he was looking back on his life and he wrote this: there is no time so brief is life for break rings, apologize, heartburnings, calling to account. There is only time for loving, and but an instant, so to speak, for that. The good life is built with good relationships. And that's all.